Netherlands primary schools will start reopening soon. That and more news from our EBC correspondent in the Netherlands, Malu Francisco. Hello, Malu.
Good evening.
Good evening, Malu.
Well,
Good to
great
see
to
you. How are
be.
you? How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing okay, and I hope you're doing the
I'm
same.
doing great. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, and I'd like to share with you the update from the Netherlands. Measures to stop the spread of the new coronavirus are extended. At the same time, small steps are taken to relax the restrictions for children and teenagers. And this should ease the pressure on the people involved. For example, the parents who are working from home, who also oversee the children while schooling from home. In his latest press conference, Prime Minister Mark Rutte announced the modified measures. He also appealed to the public to continue following hand washing, staying at home as much as possible, working from home, and maintaining distance of at least 1.5 meters. These restrictions will likely be loosened or tightened once every 3 to 4 weeks. Rutte, in the press conference, gave an emotional statement saying, this corona crisis or coronavirus crisis is one of the most substantial, most gripping, and most troubling periods that any of us will ever experience. I've been struggling with you for the past few days. We do not want the virus to resurface. Meanwhile, health leaders describe the positive signs as a result of the efforts of the Dutch against COVID-19. The number of COVID-19 patients in intensive care and the reduction of new patients with coronavirus in hospitals have in recent days steadily declined. And here now, Alma, are the modified measures. Starting May 11, primary schools will reopen, including special primary school childcare centers for children whose ages range from 0 to 4 with their child minders. Now, how do the schools ensure social distancing? The size of classes at primary schools will be divided into two groups, and 50% of the school hours will be spent in the schools. The other 50% will take place in their respective homes or respective homes of the school children. There will be close monitoring and coordination between the schools and the parents of the school children. And you might ask, how will the children travel to their schools? The parents of the primary school are advised to take their children to their schools on foot or by bicycles to decongest the public transport. After May, on the 2nd of June, the secondary schools will reopen. So at the moment, these schools are making plans, preparations for pupils to gradually return to the secondary schools. Back to April, before the end of this month, children and teenagers have something to look forward to. They can participate in organized sports activities and play outdoors with supervision. And young teenagers from 13 to 18 must observe social distancing of at least 1.5 meters. Regarding large events and culture, there has been a change. Instead of August, it will be up to September 1st. The lockdown will take place. And this is so because of the risk of these events of spreading the virus too quickly and too widely. And here now are the numbers. Current numbers, COVID-19 released yesterday, that's the latest. Positive tested persons, 34,134. Admitted to hospital, close to 10,000. And reported deaths, close to 4,000. So that is our update as of this time. And from the country of tulips and windmills, the Netherlands. I'm Marilu Francisco, and we live in interesting times.
Oh, before I let you go, Malu, I want to ask, this is a partial reopening of school on May 11, is that right?
That's right. That's
Okay.
right.
So the full
And
opening will be, or it's going to be gradual opening of the school, right?
it's gradual opening following the approach of the Dutch, which they call intelligent lockdown. So they're closely monitoring the outcome of every application of every measures. So depending on the outcome and the situation, they will modify everything. So they've been having regular meetings and then press conferences to inform the public. And regarding the schools, it will depend on the situation of every school. The school authorities are given the opportunity to decide for their own schools.
Can you give us a picture of what the Netherlands looks like right now?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, where I live, it's really calm. It's really very spring, I would say. And I just love it. We're not required to wear face masks,
Okay.
and people walk, run, jog, take their dogs out.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
But you practice like social distancing and all that, all
Oh
those
yes,
measures.
definitely,
Just
definitely.
that you don't have to wear a face mask. And what about in groceries? Can everyone go in? Because here we have like only 5 persons can go inside a pharmacy or something, or even 1 person only, depending on the size of the pharmacy. There, can they go inside the grocery like all at the same time, as long as they are practicing social distancing or something like that?
Well, of course, if the space will allow that, but they observe social distancing, and then gloves are provided.
Oh.
You can use, yes. And they're supposed to use a cart just to ensure that distance is maintained between two people. Yes.
Curfews.
Curfews, no, we don't have curfews
Oh, that's
at the
good.
moment. No.
You seem to be a very upbeat and positive person. What positive takeaway can you tell us or tell our viewers from all this that is happening around us?
Oh, all right. About the crisis, it is there. It is beyond our control. What is within our control is what we have at the moment that will uplift our spirit. And there are just so many things, so many things. All you have to do is just look around. There are small things that will bring joy and that we can be thankful for. Like, for example, for me, it's just getting up the next day with all the strength that you have, and then looking out the window, you have the sun. That is something to be thankful for.
True.
And I have so many things to do, like, for example, things that you've not been able to do during the non-COVID-19 days. For example, I think this applies to all of us. We have tons and tons of photos, videos in our files, and they're just sitting around. So this is the time. So just go over those pictures, and they bring back wonderful memories. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Malu, for all that. And stay safe, stay healthy, and
Thank
we'll
you.
see you later. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
thank you very much. Thanks for having me. And I wish you all a pleasant day despite COVID-19. Let
Yes.
it go.
Thank you, Malu. Malu
You're
from
welcome.
Cisco from the Netherlands.